what ignorance can do to an entire population. It ties them, condemns them, bludgeons them to a mud of misery. As philosopher Plato once said, better be unborn than untaught, for ignorance is the root of misery.
It must be admitted that no one has the total knowledge of all the things that happen around us, that we do not have absolute truth, that day by day we learn, and day by day the world evolves, grows, change is discovered, and for this reason, from time to time, we become ignorant of certain aspects of life, but we shouldn't let it condemn us.
But now, you may wonder, what does that have to do with the drug? Well, to clarify, on January 24, 2019, the World Health Organization recommended that the regulation around cannabis to be modified. Under current regulation, cannabis and its resins are considered by international control treaties as psychoactive substances. However, with the changes proposed by the WHO, CBD derivatives would no longer be considered psychoactive and would be completely erased from the international conventions on the control of psychoactive substances.
Drugs have long been used by humans to try to answer many questions, things related to emotions, the mind, spiritual things, even being part of groups, showing social status as well as being an escape from different realities.
Marijuana or cannabis is a substance totally extracted from a plant, obtained from the resin, leaves, and female inflorescence of a variety of hemp that produces hypnotic effects. We have to point out some terms related to it, such as hemp, family of Cannabaceae, mainly indica or Indian hemp, grifa, a variety of Cannabis sativa, which hashish or haxis and marijuana or kiff are obtained.
Marijuana is a substance made from the leaf and flowers of Cannabis sativa, an indica variety. It is known by different names in some different places in the world. For example, in Africa, it is often called riamba in East Africa, soroma in Mozambique, jamba in Senegal, kiff in Morocco. In America, aliamba in Brazil, marijuana in Mexico and United States, ganja in Jamaica. In Asia, it is known as shorna in India, kabak in Turkey, and Europe, canna coro in Italy. Hanfkraut in Germany. Very interesting, right?
Indica hemp was already known to the Assyrians, the Mesopotamian Empire, in the 15th century BC, who used it as incense in religious ceremonies. The origin of hemp goes back to China. The first remains of this fiber, dated around 4000 BC, have been found there, a millennium later in Turkestan. Presumably, it is this plant which Helena used to mitigate the penalties of Telemachus in the Trojan War, being known by great societies of antiquity, and its properties have been so praised that the Indus, like the Incas did with coca, give it a divine origin. They explain that, advised by the god Vishnu, all the lesser gods and demons met one day to obtain the elixir of immortality.
We can say that for a long time, this plant was used for many things, and among the various benefits that it can provide us, we must highlight CBD is a cannabinoid that is useful in relieving seizures, inflammations, chronic pain, cravings, and nausea. It does not have the psychoactive effect of the THC. THC is the main psychoactive cannabinoid in the plant. It has unique analgesic properties, which is why it is very useful in the treatment of neuropathic pain. In addition, it is an appetite stimulant and reduces the side effects produced by treatments such as chemotherapy. Helps also patients with multiple sclerosis, glaucoma, migraines, and anorexia. But marijuana is not only excellent for medical treatments, it allows you to better appreciate the details since THC stimulates and dilates the pupil, which make possible for us to observe better. Marijuana allows us to relax, so stress levels decrease. It helps us increase creativity. We can see that marijuana is very generous and yet it is still classified in a bad way.
It is no secret that in several countries marijuana is already legal, both in its medicinal and recreational presentation. But here in Panama, it's a matter of controversy, as the National Assembly of Panama takes up the discussion of the law that establishes the therapeutic use of cannabis. The main proponents of this project are the deputies Cristiano Adames and Marcos Castillero, a project that was approved in first debate on March 11, 2020.
The project aims to regulate the use and access of this substance and derivatives for medical purposes for both humans and animals. It also seeks the creation of a registry of patients who may have access to it, in addition to creating the license for marketing, acquisition, and importation.
With the initiative, it is prohibited to market at home or via the internet, as well as the commercialization or sale of pharmaceutical preparations in health food stores, professional clinics, and outside pharmaceutical establishments, even if they have a valid operation license, if the case is that they don't have a license for cannabis.
The project also modifies the penal code to exempt from penalty of 10 to 15 years in prison those who are covered by the license granted by the competent authority to carry out activities permitted by the law.
After 1 year, this project law 153 was rejected. And this more than anything because among the argument was that it was almost to create another law, so it should be further evaluated.
For now, the eye is on three of the lawless modifications. The project contemplated four types of license: cultivation, drug production, marketing, and research. With the changes presented, only two would remain: the research one and another that covers the rest. Another of the changes that the deputies want to impose is to limit the number of production licenses. The Ministry of Health until 2032 could only grant 3, and each of these permits is for 25 years only. There are also changes in the cost of licenses. In the approved project, the value reached $10,000, but with the modification presented, they would rise to $150,000, exorbitant prices. This shows that once again everything is bought and monopolized in our country.
If we Panamanians knew, if we really knew all of this and overall the benefits of legalizing marijuana, everything would be very different. And among these benefits, we must mention
Increase in profits, budget savings, more income and jobs, investment opportunities as well as development, access to alternative and more accessible medicine, reducing the drug trafficking, and reducing inequalities in access to medicines.
The magnitude of this market is incredible. The variety of derivatives of this amazing substance. There are oils, foods, body creams, nutritional supplements, pills, topical applications, oral solutions, ice creams, sodas, chocolates, pizza, liquors, lip glosses, soap pumps for showers, and the list can go on and on. But this is what lets just have an idea of how much marijuana use has evolved. With the fact that the evolution process of Law Project 153 has been stopped, and with the modification that is want to be made with respect to limiting the number of licenses they want to issue, well, it does not give to think that this already has its fact thought to make the richest rich. It is known that it is a subject that must be well studied, but there are studies that support everything that we have exposed. However, in order not to be enough for the deputies who apparently need the approval of the largest pharmaceutical companies in Panama, the issuing license to people who want to start a big and good business will not be healthy for the market at all. And it is funny that this should mean greater accessibility to alternative medicine, but it will not be that way unless we become aware of and participate in these matters. This cannot once again be allowed to remain in the hands of a few and the majority to continue at the expense of price speculation and corruption.